Hi, thanks for coming to my channel today. This is Mira. Good to see you today. Thanks for coming by. Hey, today I would like to talk about another way to save money. Before I jump into it, I would like to talk about something funny that it's funny things I'm trying to learn in the joke stuff. My son only like to talk to me about some jokes, and so I thought, hey, you know what? Why don't I learn some jokes that I can talk to him too? So I bought this little jokes for kids book. So are you ready for a joke question? And then you got to think about it, okay? I won't tell you the answer right away. What did the orange say to the banana when they were looking for the apple? So now you think about the answer and write it down, whatever you think of it, and then I'll tell the answer sometime a little bit later. The subject is like, can you return used items? How hard it is to return, or the return haul. So I'm looking at my laptop as usual, trying to track myself and trying to track your time so that way it will be useful and effective video for you. And how to return anything, right? Can you return anything? To be honest, yes, you can. The answer is you can return anything and everything as long as you follow the rules and you kind of keep up with your system. So I'll teach you all about it right now in this video. It will be very short, trying to make it as quick as effective as it can be. So let's go on it. So number one, you need to know what you want to return it. It might be bothering you right now at this moment. In your office, on your computer, in your dining room, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in your living room, anywhere in the room, that you say, yeah, I wanted to return that. Well, that's a good thing. You're on the right track. So you know what you want to return it. So that is, you already succeed. You're already in the step in the right way. It can be anything. Return can be anything. It can be clothes that doesn't fit. It can be you change out your mind that you don't like the color. You want to change it into blue or green or yellow, a little bit darker yellow, lighter yellow, something like that. Or you have an extra item that you already have it in the house, in the pantry, you open it. My goodness, I already have 30 sugars. I bought another 2 sugars. I don't need it anymore. I need to return that. That 2 plus another 10 more. So can you return anything, grocery items like this, onions, or item like this, apple. You can return anything. Like, I'll tell you how you return it, I'll teach you and why you have to return them and why is it good for you. Or you can return any clothes like this, like brand new clothes, brand new pants with the labels on it, stickers on it, and everything. So now you know that what you want to return, right? Those are the number one you need to know, what you want to do it. Number two, when you have those items, number two is that you need to make sure that you need to have a designated place in the house. It could be in the laundry room. That's where I usually put it in. Or it could be in the storage room. It could be, in the garage. That's a good place. That is where I usually use them. I have a tap. I have a bin that I put in there. This is a return place. This is a donation place. This is the selling place. So I have a bin that I name them. So now this video is all about returning. So let's focus on only returning. So the return bins, right? Anything we want to return. It could be anything, everything. But better yet, the best place you can put it on is in your car trunk. As long as you don't forget it. In your car trunk, make a little box. Like it could be carton box. It could be big giant plastic bag, something that you can wash it or can reuse it later. So put the stuff that, clothes here, onions there, stuff like that. You can just put it nicely. And make sure that you do have a receipt. It is the best way to keep it. So you can get full amount of your money, right? So another idea is that you have to in your cell phone, you take a picture of the receipt, click, or you do the flash reward. I'll put my flash reward code for you. If you want to support me, you can use my code and you can earn I don't know how many points nowadays you can earn it, but it is better than 0 point, right? So when you have a flash reward and you can look at, the store is here, that date, there you go. You show at the checkout center, they give you, voila, here's your refund. So now you know what to return. You know where to put your stuff before so that way you won't forget. Especially in your trunk, you're out and about, you say, there you go, there is a target, I'll stop by and return it. So you know this step already. So next step is that how to make sure that all this happen. So each time you shop, right, this is the beginning, it's kind of reverse thing. Beginning, anything you buy, so the moment that you get out of the store, the moment that you start clicking things on Amazon, right? You need to know that you have a game plan, like your entry plan and exit plan. So like entry plan is like, well, I need to buy the school uniforms, okay? I don't know where I'm buying from. So you are now you find out you're gonna buy Old Navy. 50% off. You say, okay, I like it. I want to buy it because I need the school uniform for your kids, right? For my kids. So I bought the 50% off order, $14.99. So I got a lower price and I'm happy with it. But the thing is, I have to buy extra clothes for my son because you never know when this current clothes gonna have a big giant tear and he don't have any clothes to wear next day. So I don't store so many clothes in the drawers for him. I have a couple of those laying around in the laundry room. On the shelf. I saved them neatly, nicely. As you can see, I bought this in July, I think, when they have on sale. And then I saved this. Now it's in October. You know how many months, right? I still have brand new looking. And when he doesn't wear it, this is like medium, so he can stay wear it until next year, I think. But if we ended up not using it, if he changed his interest of color, that I can still go and return it because I have a receipt. So make sure that you have a receipt. You keep things in the label, in the in the good shape, right? Don't go and wash it. Don't change the color. Don't wrinkle it if you can. Just keep them alive. Receipt and then after that, you need to keep them in the designated place so that way you are not going to lose your mind later on. Like later on, you found out that 3 years later, what? And then there's a $50 sitting with the interest rate and inflation. It's $100. You know what I'm saying? $100, 3 times 300. 10 times 1,000 already. So that is the first way you do it. Keep them in a good place, have the receipt, keep them in a good shape in the items. So that is the item that you never touch it. That's the one way you can do it. Second way is that you can do it is like, for example, onions. So I saw my husband on the grocery store. I say, hey honey, buy this and this and this and this grocery, and with their budget numbers, and there we go. And they come home, and so grateful they have onions and everything. And then I look at it and I see, this onion is black and rotten and smelly too. I was like, oh no. But then I was like, oh no, I don't know what to do with it. I don't want to cook it. I don't want to poison the whole family. And I feel sorry that there are 3 onions rotten. I feel so sad about it. And then there's the apple. Same problem. Black and soft. Who want to eat soft apples? Like unless it is apple pie, it'll be tasty. But you really don't want to eat soft and brown apples, from the store. Oh, okay. Well, apparently they miss it. It never opened it. I said, okay, fine. We found the damage, right? So what are we gonna do? So we save them again in the corner of our laundry room. We have a designated place. You have to create your own designated place. It could be in the kitchen. It could be at the corner entrance or in the back door, somewhere that it's easier for you so you won't forget it. Or maybe in the car trunk. But be careful putting it in the car trunk though. The onions is very smelly. It'll be onion perfume. I did it before. It's like, oh man, so strong smell. So anyway, so you put them so that when you go to, that's how you start doing it. Or it could be vacuum machine. Next item. Vacuum machine is like, it got to suck the dust. If not, then it is not doing their job. So we have to go back to return it and get a new one. So I did it in the past with the Costco. So I returned the old vacuum. And then Costco has a return policy that you can return it anytime and anywhere, whatever, as long as you're a member. So you return it and you got it back. So I returned big item like this before. And so, but another thing is like, the best thing is that you make sure that you follow the retailer rules. Like for example, like the Old Navy, I think it was like 14 days rules. But if you have a receipt and if you have everything perfect, they give you money back into our original cart. But Aldi, for example, onions and stuff like that, if it's bad and they give you twice as nice, so they give you the new onions and also give the same amount of money into the cart back or cash back, however you pay for it. So that is one. And Amazon is like when you return it, you need to like click then return and refund stuff, and then you put in the receipt. Or I don't never put in the receipt. I just keep them in the digital in the email. And then when we return it, we just show them the QR code and UPS store and Kohl's, and they scan it, and we got my money back right away. So you just need to know the rules of the retailers where you're returning to. Not just only having the receipt is sometimes not enough. So you got to make sure that you understand the whole process. At Costco, you do not need a receipt because they can find you in the under your membership item. The last one is everything we doing, all this work is to get the money back, correct? So how are we gonna get money back? You make sure to ask them to put the money back, especially on Amazon, they're trying to trick you. Be careful and mindful. At the top, like before you click anything, you say refund, right? And they're gonna ask you, they're trying to sneak on you. They say, put the money into the account. Account means guess what? It's their Amazon gift card account. You don't want to put a gift card like thousands of dollars in there. It will be Amazon investment, not your investment. So you don't want to put that. You want to put it in your card bag. Do you pay in the credit card? Do you pay in checking account? However you pay, just be sure you put it back card back so that way you're not paying credit card debt forever, right? So make sure you do that. And also when you put it in, when you return it into the either Aldi or Old Navy or I don't know, those are the places I shop, like Target, stuff like that. They ask you what option do you like. If it's within their policy rules, you can either put it into your card back or sometimes they give you a cash back too. So in that time, I usually like everything put it back into my card so that way I just balance it out my money. I'm not going to go charade this and that. And cash is good too. Cash is always a king, so you want cash back. But the last option that is that you want to get the merchandise credit, a store credit, not credit card, okay, store credit. So you can use that card and to buy some other things in that store. That is a store only if you want to return it back and purchase more in that store. For example, Old Navy and what is it called? Aldi, I'm fine with it because I'll be shopping at Aldi every week, once a week. At Old Navy, I'll buy them, uniforms or maybe some of my tops for me. So that is extremely important. And the last route is that if you're just returning it, and if you don't have a receipt, if you are out of their rules, then they will give you half price or $1 only or something, unless you're going to trust the item, then you might want to get them cash or whatever, the least amount, but at least you get something. You know what the good thing about it is though? Before I go on, I'll give you the answer. What did the orange say to the banana when they were looking for the apple? Do you get the answer yet? The answer is keep your eyes peeled. I think this is very appropriate that with this topic that we're talking about. We always have to keep our eye peeled and making sure that we returning things on time. We don't buy anything that we don't need. We make sure that we put the cash back in the right places. So by doing that, guess what? Two things right away happen. One is it declutter right away. Second thing is we keep the money in the bank, our bank, not their bank. So by doing that, you're just like win. So of course, we're gonna do it the right way. Just follow the rules and see how we can do it. But next question is, how often can you return it? You can return it like anytime. Number one rule, going back to what item you want to return to. You can return anytime. But me is like I try to keep that in the car trunk or laundry room, that in the basket somewhere that I save it. That way that I will never forget a place that, okay, this is where I need to go. Maybe my husband, maybe me, when we go out about, every once a week I will just go and do things like errand running. When we run the errands and we say, oh, post office is here. Oh, we need to return this here. Okay, we return it at UPS right away. So like we save our gas money, our time, and our energy and our brain right here. So that way it's definitely super helpful. And next thing is like, I suggest I do not return monthly because monthly it will be too long and we become forgetful, we become guilty, we try to talk to ourselves out of it, and we ended up losing money. I think that none of this is good for us. So trying to do that like, okay, weekly, like sometimes I do like return haul. So I'll be like, oh, I need to return at Target. I don't usually go Target, but maybe there are times that I go Target, for especially the clothing for my son or shoes, or Aldi, or maybe Walmart, maybe at the Old Navy, those things I would just like boom, 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 and then all done, and I get all my money back. Sometimes it's really helpful, and if you haven't done it, go and try that. And I hope that you like this video because this is super. It saved me always. It saved like half of my expense. But then like you return them, you get the money back. It actually helped you out tremendously. Again, thanks for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate you. I'll see you next video. Bye.